Hi friends, welcome to VTeach. In this session, I would like to explain you about properties of discrete Fourier transformation. After learning about DFT formulas, how to solve the problems, and after learning about how to solve DFT problems using matrix terminology, let me concentrate on properties of discrete Fourier transformation, and in examination the question will be directly asked, prove the circular time shifting property of DFT, or prove the frequency convolution property of DFT, or prove the convolution property of DFT. Likewise, the question will be asked directly from this DFT properties. So I am starting this. The first property is very simple one, and it is periodicity property. So you know periodicity means, see this, the statement is given, x of n plus n equal to x of n for all n. Similarly, its transformation x of k plus n is also equal to x of k. This is the statement. In examination, he may give this statement or he may not give this statement. So it is your responsibility to remember to mug up this statement also. Now let us see the proof. So you know the definition of DFT. X of k plus n is equal to, actually x of k means, we know according to the formula, it is n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j2 pi by n nk, because this is capital N nk. And in the starting video itself I explained you, since k is there, I am writing k here. Now what we need is for k plus n. Since k plus n is there, see, in place of k I have written k plus n. So k plus n is written here in place of k. Now split that e into two parts, for k separately and for capital N separately. N gets cancelled, and after cancelling this, it will be e power minus j 2 pi n. It's nothing but cos 2 pi n minus j sin 2 pi n. This is 1, this is 0. So this value is 1. Since its value is 1, even if you multiply with 1 or if you don't multiply with 1, this doesn't make any difference. And this formula is nothing but, since k is there, it is nothing but x of k. It's proved. X of k plus n equal to x of k. Let me move on to the next property, linearity. The question will be asked like this. Prove the linear property of discrete Fourier transformation. So here also the statement is very important. Here I am taking two sequences. If DFT of x1 of n is x1 of k and DFT of x2 of n is x2 of k, see the statement here, DFT of constants, a and b are constants, a into x1 of n plus b into x2 of n must be equal to a into DFT of x1 of n, that is x1 of k, plus b into DFT of x2 of n, that is x2 of k. So see the proof here, it's very simple. You know that DFT of x of n means, in place of this part you will write down x of n according to formula. Now in place of x of n we have this, substitute that, and this is a general term there, e power minus j into 2 pi by n into nk. Simplify this, take this e term for separately for this and separately for this, and this is nothing but, since a is there here, bring that a outside summation. Since b is there here, bring that b outside of the summation, and this part is nothing but x1 of k according to formula, and this part is nothing but x2 of k according to formula. So this is proved, a into x1 of k plus b into x2 of k. You know linearity means it has to satisfy superposition principle. Superposition principle means scaled sum of weighted outputs is equal to sum of the scaled inputs, weighted input. Already we have done this linear property in unit 1. Check whether the given system is linear system or not. See, based on the same concept, we are doing this part also. This is about linear property. Now, next part is time shifting property. And before going into this time shifting property, I would like to explain what is circular shifting. So in the beginning classes, you learned about time shifting. Now, what is circular shifting? What is the difference between time shifting and circular shifting? If you can clearly understand the difference between linear time shifting and circular time shifting, then that property will be very easy to understand, learn. Here it is. Suppose, let me take a sequence x of n equal to 1, 3, 4, 2 like this. Arrow mark here. That means small n equal to 0. So small n equal to 1, small n equal to 2, small n equal to 3. So this sequence I can represent like this: x of 0, comma x of 1, comma x of 2, comma x of 3. That means x of 0 is 1, x of 1 is 3, x of 2 is 4, x of 3 is 2. That's what I have written here. Suppose if length is capital N, then I can represent the sequence like this. Here the length is 4, so I can represent from 0 to 3, 0 to 4 minus 1. So 0 to n minus 1. Okay, now shifting. Just try to catch the difference between linear shift and circular shift. Suppose, for example, take that this is your bench and assume that 4 students are sitting on this bench. The student who is sitting at this end, if that fellow is moving outside, then the student who is sitting at this position moves here. This position moves here and starting position moves to second position. Now the starting position is vacant position, that is represented with 0. That is linear shift. But coming to circular shift, the same constant, the same thing, 4 students are sitting like this. Suppose the student who is sitting at this end, if that fellow is moving out, he will come and join from the other end. It means the sample which is leaving from one end, it rejoins at the other end. That's what exactly happened here. See this? Suppose if I am shifting by 1 unit, that means this x of n minus 1 should come out of the sequence. And this is coming out and it is joining from another end. If you take this example, x of 3 is coming out, it is joining from other end. Now here 4 samples are there, here also 4 samples are there. So the number of samples are not changing in circular shift. But if it is linear shift, if this fellow comes out, x of 3 comes out, then this position moves like this, and here instead of x of 0 at the starting position, you will get 0 first value, then x of 0, then x of 1, then x of 2, then x of 3. That will be moving to 1 unit right side. So how many samples are there here? 5 are there in linear shift. But in circular shift, the number of samples are not changing. Why? Because the sample which is leaving from one end, it is coming and rejoining at the other end. But at arrow mark position, now we have x of 3. That means this value, this 2 will come here. Like you can write down the sequence 2, 1, 3, 4. In case if you do the linear shift for this, it will be like this: 0, 1, 3, 4, 2. That's the difference you need to catch up. Likewise, if I shift one more time, n minus 2, again this part comes here and remaining parts just shift towards right side. Again the number of samples will be same. Now think that if I am shifting this for 4 times, again I will get the same sequence. First time I am getting x of 3, 0, 1, 2. Again then x of 2 comes here. Then x of 1 comes here. So after shifting for 4 times, the same sequence will be repeated. 1, 3, 4, 2. That's what I have written here. So to create a difference in notation, x of n minus k is linear shift, and see here x of n minus k modulo n is circular shift. This is represented in single bracket, this is represented in double bracket, and this double bracket representation is called as x of n minus k modulo n. You can write down like this also: x of n minus k modulo capital N. two ways. Then I have written very clearly, if the sequence is shifted for n times, it results in the same sequence. That means x of n minus n, n times modulo n is equal to x of n. Now very important conversation here, how to convert double bracket into a single bracket. So see here, this is double bracket and you can represent this double bracket like this. This capital N write down here and remaining parts you add to that capital N. It is x of n plus n minus n. So if you cancel this 2, it is nothing but x of n. So double bracket to single bracket conversion. Now similarly, now in this example what we have done is, we are shifting from this end, and it is rejoining at this end. You can apply the same concept, you shift from this end, it will rejoin at this end. That means if x of 0 is coming out from left side, it will rejoin through right side. Then the sequence will be x of 1, x of 2, x of n minus 1, and since it is coming this side, it is x of 0. So likewise, if you shift like this for n number of times, again the same sequence will be repeated. So for that purpose, see this, instead of minus I am putting plus, and according to conversion put this n here and add this n plus 1. You are getting x of n plus 2n, and it doesn't mean that x of n plus 2n means, you know that interval is 0 to n minus 1, that means n times. Again the same sequence is repeating. So x of n plus 2n is equal to x of n. Same sequence. Why? Because from example we came to a conclusion that after shifting for n times, the same sequence x of n is getting as output. So x of n plus n modulo n is also equal to x of n.